Salacgriva – pilsēta pie Baltijas jūras. Lielākā mūsu bagātība ir osta. Tie ir vārti uz pasauli. Mums ir viss – cilvēki, daba, kultūra un infrastruktūra. Leposimies ar to. Aicinām arī jūs apskatīt, redzēt, izjust un izbaudīt Ziemeļlatvijas skarbo dabu. Pilsētu ar savu īpašo šarmu, upi nebeidzamā plūdumā, vēju briežu galotnēs un jūru ar neatkārtojamiem saulrietiem atkal un atkal.
The Salacgriva region stretches along the coast of the Gulf of Riga in the Baltic Sea and alongside the Via Baltica highway up to the border with Estonia. But what makes it such a popular place for recreation and investment? The answer might be found in its rich economic and cultural history. Nowadays, there are 3 ports in the Salacgriva region, affording a unique look into the past. Before the First World War, Ainaji was the 3rd largest port in Tsarist Russia in terms of the number of ships registered there. Only St. Petersburg and Riga were larger. Koivizhi was built in 1860 in the estuary of the river Krishupid by 13 men digging with spades. It has always served as a safe haven for fishermen. Salacgriva was initially a mecca for raftsmen. This was where the rafts, after the trip along the river Salata, were untied and the timber loaded onto barges. The barges carried the timber to the open sea to be loaded onto ships, the so-called firewood johnnies, which delivered it to ports near and far. Building of the port proper in the Salata estuary began only after the Second World War, when the fishermen's collective farm, Brīvais Vilnis, or Free Wave in English, was established there. When Latvia regained independence, Salacgriva became the 4th largest port in Latvia. It gradually evolved from a fishing port into a commercial port, which in 2003, after large-scale reconstruction, could now accommodate ocean-going vessels. At present, the stevedore company Salatas Terminals works in the port of Salacgriva on the right bank of the river, and Salacgriva's Nord terminals on the left bank. The port has 6 quays, 2 on the left bank of the Salata and 4 on the right bank. Salacgriva port has 70,000 square meters of cargo storage space. The port services various types of cargo, including round timber, peat, firewood, wood chips, keramsite, etc. Some of the cargo is transported to Estonia. There is a large cold storage facility with a capacity of up to 2,500 tons of food products. The port is well connected to Estonia, Finland, the Russian Federation and Lithuania by convenient access roads, the Via Baltica highway that passes through Salacgriva and the nearby Northern Stream highway. From Salacgriva, all the ports of all the continents are reachable by sea. There is an ambitious project for the future development of the port, the construction of an outside port on the left bank of the Salata. The industrial park will be further developed, starting a whole new era in the port's innovation policy. The Salacgriva Port Authority is constantly reviewing policy, and their realistic decisions will guarantee the beginning of a whole new chapter in the port's history. Development of the port of Salacgriva is closely tied to and coordinated with those concerned with environmental protection. The Northern Vizeme Biosphere Reserve, which was established in 1997, has rightly been acknowledged by UNESCO as a protected natural territory of international significance. A large part of the Salacgriva region is included in this territory. The total area of the reserve encompasses 457,600 hectares of dry land and 16,750 hectares of marine territory. Salacgriva received its town charter in 1928 and now has some 6,000 inhabitants. The largest employer is still the joint stock company Brīvais Vilnis, which specializes in fish processing. The world-famous Riga sprats in oil and other kinds of canned fish are produced here. Driving towards the Estonian border, past the secondary school, the stadium, tennis courts, the skate park and the stage of the Fisherman's Park, we arrive in Koiviži. Koiviži port can accept boats and ships with a draft of up to 2.6 meters and no more than 25 meters in length. Yachtsmen find this port especially attractive because of the Koiviži Yacht Club, where 30 yachts can be moored at the same time, the recreation centre Kapteņu Osta and the restaurant. Here, the coastal fishermen have made good use of European Union funds to build a cold storage facility and fish processing plant. EU funding has enabled them to renovate the fishing vessel's quay and to reconstruct the port's piers. On the way to Ainaži, between the motorway and the sea, we can see a real El Dorado for botanists. Literal rand meadows stretching from Koiviži to the fishermen's villages in the territory of Estonia. Ainaži received its town charter in 1926. It is surprising with its peaceful small-town atmosphere and giant pine trees with World War I shells still embedded in their trunks. The war saw the decline of the past glory of Ainaži when the port was destroyed by bombing and never completely rebuilt. The perfect monument to hydromechanical construction, the northern pier on the Latvian-Estonian border, can still be seen as a witness to the prosperous times of the port. In older times, a narrow-gauge railway ran here, connecting Ainaži with Valmiera and Pärnu. Now, the only remaining evidence of it is the station building and the narrow-gauge railway bridge across the Salaca at Mērnieki. Ainaži is a museum town. The Memorial Museum of Ainaži Naval School is also well known outside Latvia. It tells of the history of the first democratic Latvian and Estonian naval school for the local peasants and fishermen, founded in 1864 on the initiative of Krišjāns Valdemārs. The Ainaži Firefighting Museum is lovingly kept by the Bērziņš family, and it tells the story about brave volunteer firemen. Even today they're prepared for firefighting duties. In future, Ainaži could become a yacht marina, as the old port has the necessary natural depth. From Ainaži you can continue your way in Estonia along the old Pärnu highway to take a look at our neighbours' fishing villages. But if we choose the road leading to Valmiera, we will weave alongside the beautiful Salaca river. Turning off the northern string at Mērnieki, we come to the Red Cliffs, a popular recreation spot for anglers. Not far from Vecalaca, we can see the oldest reinforced concrete bridge in the Baltics, the Annasmoīža Bridge. It was built in 1909 and reconstructed quite recently, in 2007. Driving across the bridge towards Svētupe, we arrive at Latvia's longest sandstone caves. The sacrificial caves of the Leaves on the banks of the river Svētupe is an ancient religious site. Now it's time to come back to the sea. Along the way to Salacgriva, in Oltuži, we can see the Vetsemju or Mantiņu cliffs. This is a 200-meter long and up to 4-meter high red sandstone outcrop with grottos and caves, the most picturesque in the coastal regions of Latvia. In order to fully appreciate Latvia's strength as a seafaring country, one should take a look at the mural Latvian Lighthouses, created by ceramics artist Imants Klīzejs in the foyer of the fish processing plant of the Brīvais Vilnis company. Walking from the center of town towards Vecsalacgriva, we can see some mechanical constructions in the river. These are the famous lamprey fishing devices of Salacgriva known as tači. There's an interesting exhibition in the town museum which tells the story of lamprey fishing through the centuries. The most active visitors to Salacgriva can go to the local fishermen and see by themselves how lamprey are caught, how it's fried and how great it tastes. The cultural and social life of Salacgriva is inseparably tied to the sea. Every year, on the first Saturday of July, the town celebrates the Sea Festival. A week later, the Positivus Pop Festival takes place on the stage of the Fisherman's Park. In August, the people of Salacgriva have fun at the town festival. There is also a quite new tradition, the Festival of Classical Music with the participation of foreign guest artists. In October, the lamprey festivities take place in the marketplace and by the tači fishing devices. Sometimes this delicacy can also be enjoyed in the town's oldest and most famous cafe, the Boatsmaņi, where the spirit of Baron Münchhausen has found its abode. If you need premises for the organization of a conference or celebrations, the best place to go is Rakari, a popular guest house and campsite only 400 meters from the sea. The river Salacgriva, forests and the Baltic Sea, these are the three pillars upon which the strong character, great willpower and belief in the future of the Salacgriva people are founded. Salacgriva is a town of the future, a town in motion.